So we pay our daughter's boyfriend to read, and it's caused some questions. So we're going to jump in and answer some of those for you.
Crumbled up a lot of the questions we tend to get with this book list and how we started it, how it's structured, why we did it, what kind of books do we have, all kinds of different questions. So we're gonna pull them randomly and then talk about them.
Yep. You want me to start?
Yeah,
All right.
got from the
No
hair.
particular order. Would you recommend this to other families? And what advice would you give to someone starting out? So, would we recommend this to other families? Absolutely. This has really been a game changer for our kids, for their thought processes, for how they see the world. Some of the tactics in which we do could look different for different families. So, as we share some of those, I wouldn't want families to think that it has to be done this way, right? We did mention that we do pay our kids, but you don't have to pay. It could be point systems. It could be, something else where they're earning, a special item or a trip.
Special dinner.
Special dinner, yeah. So it doesn't have to be money. So just keep your mind open. But like, would I absolutely recommend doing some sort of structured reading program where the kids have incentives? Absolutely.
hmm It was important to me, to us, to inspire a love of reading into our kids. So pretty early on, I would read books to them as bedtimes were coming and things like that. And as they've gotten older now, we have a 19, 17, 15, and a 4-year-old. The 4-year-old's not participating, as you can imagine right now. But how can we add some structure to it, incentivize them to get more involved in reading? Because our girls primarily read fiction, which is great that they're reading, but how can we weave in more styles of books? So you want to get the next question?
Yeah, next
All right.
question.
From the Fox this time. I knocked him over before we started recording. That was fun. All right. Do you think this changes the way they approach reading long term, or will they stop once the money stops? So we'll break down. One of the questions is about the what types of books and how much do you pay. But no, I think this has become a habit. Like as we've tried to instill this more and more, and as you read, it's kind of like a muscle you build. The first time, and I'm speaking from experience for me, the first time you start to read nonfiction books, mindset books, business books, you have to work at it for it to keep your attention, for it to become a habit, and that's what our goal was for them. So I do believe, will they keep up the same pace? We'll see. Like we'll figure it out. But I think this has been a mindset shift, and when they are looking for knowledge and looking for how can I get better in a certain area, books and learning is going to be a big part of it. Approach has helped shift their long-term reading habits, and even when the money stops.
I agree. All right, next question. What if they don't like a book? Do they still get paid if they don't finish it? So the quick answer is no. They do not finish a book. They do not get paid for it. There are a few other things that they have to do in addition to read it to get paid. So we'll jump into that.
In the reading world, we call that DNF. If they did not finish, they do not get paid. That's a DNP, do not get paid. But if they don't like it and they finish it and write the article, they would still get paid for it. All right, next question here. What types of books do you pay them to read? So we have different categories that we came up with that were important to us, that we wanted to make sure we had as part of the catalog that they can choose from. So we have real estate books, we have financial books, we have mindset slash business books. We do have history books because that was important to us, just to learn about history in different ways. I mean, obviously, we learn about history in schools when you're reading about specific topics, and that was important. And then we also have classic fiction books that maybe we read when we were in school, or that are well known. So different reasons for that. Some of the fiction books, like as the older they get, just exposes you to different ways of using English, different vocabulary that's weaved in, which actually can really help you with public speaking, with conversing in general. So that was important. And there's just a lot of good life lessons and a lot of different fiction books, and it's more engaging. And there's some specific series and like a drama of American history, and then some president books as well. I just recently finished reading through a biography of each president. So I already had those. So I made a list of like president books, and there's some separate history books that maybe have more like Frederick Douglass or Harriet Tubman, books like that, that people that weren't presidents but were very influential as well. So that's kind of the range that we have, the different topics we have.
Yeah, and that can vary per family on what those categories are. And we have recommended reads within those categories, but if the kids find something that falls into that category, they just run it by us and it can be added to the list.
Yep.
So, they have some of that structure, they have some recommended reads, but it's an evolving list. If you're interested in seeing our list, maybe to start with creating your own list, comment below book list, and we'll share that with you.